Well, I don't know where we're going to start, but we're going to figure this out together. So let's see if somebody wants to jump in, say hi. Whew. Okay. So I think some people are going to start coming in here in a few minutes. We'll go with that. And um, Paul, if you see this, eh, thanks for the opportunity. Um, if I don't get anything, then obviously this is just gonna be a dead stream. But because I got nothing, I'm just trying to get some hours in. So we'll see if somebody goes in. Scott, yes, this is the craziest stream. Why don't you that if you want to? I don't know. We'll figure this out, I guess. Um, so we're pretty much gonna be carrying on another random thing like we did it with Frank's. If you were there, we'll see if people start trickling in from here. I don't know because I didn't mention it there, so we'll see. But if this turns into be a dead stream and then I'll just keep it for like 30 minutes and then we're done. I got no topics, nothing. Just gonna see what comes out of my butt and go with it, I guess. I mean, it would be kind of cool if somebody would come in and I could kind of play with a few things because I'm actually using StreamYard, not something YouTube ish. So, as you guys can see, with the thing up there. So, yeah, be kind of cool. It's interesting. Figure out some new things. I thought Chris was going to come in here, but apparently he's got to get ready for work. So, anybody else wants to jump in? You guys know where to find the links. Scott, if you want a link to jump in, I can send it to you. Huh. Probably should have done it like 30-second intro. I don't know. Can I interact? Ooh, I can interact with the stuff on here too. Huh. Okay. Well, I guess I don't need that up. I'll just interact with them in here. Ah. Okay, so it's a little better. Oh, no, because you can do this in OBS too, I think. OBS, you can't do multi-guest. What's going on, Scott? I just wanted to say why that said that time, but not why. There's that. People. Oh. Oh, okay. Hmm. Mhm. Playing with new things. Just watching some TV with Heidi. All right. All right. Yeah, I can understand that. I feel like I'm doing a random TikTok version of this right now, but hey, it works. If this turns into nothing, I'll probably just delete it anyways. Like I said, I'll give guys about 30 minutes to jump in, and nobody really wants to jump in or anything, then we'll call it what it is and no big deal. But I do, obviously, it's on my stream, so there. This is definitely more weird and random. Oh, sure. And I just got another question. It's possible we could do that. I don't know. Well, maybe. Um, hey, Colin, how's it going? Good day. Colin, if you want to jump in, I think I can send you the link. If you don't, I don't know. I think I can. I got nothing planned. I got nothing, like, nothing. I just, some guys were like, Paul's not going. So I kind of decided, let's see what happens. Whatever happens, happens. But I'm learning things. So I guess that is the good news, right? Learning things. I can record too. I am not gonna dance. No, 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 not a chance. Not a chance. Oh, not a chance. Not a chance. Not a chance. No, no way. No way. Hmm. You want to go see those videos? You can go find my TikTok. I'll leave it at that. You want to go see the dancing videos? You can go find my TikTok. No. Mm-mm. Nope, we ain't doing that. Not that kind of place. I mean, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. Hey, Bill, you know where the link is. I think. If not, you can come on up. I'll send you the link. Not much, man. Since Paul's not going live, I decided to see what I can see what happens. Um, I don't know. If it gets in, if it's fun, it's fun. I understand. I understand. It's always fun. Hey, Tap, welcome in. No, no, no. Oh, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. As much as these guys will. Okay, I'll tell you what. I will do a dance if Scott does a dance. And I know that's not happening. So there you go. What's the format? There is no format. It is Sean figures out how to work StreamYard. That's what the format is. That's what we're doing today. In fact, nobody's on here. I can literally just take these off. Okay, then. There you go. There you go. What? No. Atom, lower thirds, and geochron. Oh, well, tomorrow I'm going to try and figure out my way around Linux. So that's going to be a headache and a half. No, we are not bringing that up. You're going to auction it off. And OBS. OBS is kind of fun. I've kind of messed and tinkered with OBS for a little bit. The reason I did this one is because OBS doesn't do multi-guess, so this allows me to do multi-guess. So I'm just kind of testing it out. Yeah, I tried Linux once. It didn't work the way it should have, so I just kind of gave up. And I've got some old laptops again, and there's some new things in Linux that I think work better. So at least I've heard work better. So I'm going to try out the new stuff in Linux and see how that goes. See if it works better. Plus, there's this thing called AI that kind of helps you navigate things a lot better. So there is that. See how that works. To the Linux tonight. Ah, no. I I don't even know what or it. I don't even know what I'm going to give away at that point. That's what I should have called this. I should have called this the 200 sub live. That's what I should have called this. Of course, if I was going to do that, I should have announced it earlier. But hey, see, I use CapCut. I actually like it. I enjoy it. Lap dance giveaway. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. You're giving away a bow thing in the far, far, far future. I don't know. I don't think it was that far because I do remember the video you put on that bill, and I'm pretty sure I'm waiting for that because, I mean, free radio. Free radios are always nice. No, I don't know. I don't know. I do know I want to do a 500 sub giveaway. I do know I want to do a 500 sub giveaway. And I will at some point figure that out. I need to figure out what, I guess. I don't know. What ideas? What ideas would be good giveaways? Obviously, radios, stickers. Yeah, I need to order more stickers. I do ordered more stickers. I ran out. It was sad. I ran out, and people actually asked me for some, and I was ran out. Antenna kits. Antenna kits could be fun. I'm not known as an antenna guy, but antenna kits could be fun. Chick-fil-A gift cards. There's an idea. A Chick-fil-A gift card. That is an idea. We're raffling a ooh. Ooh. Oh. Oh. No. That could be interesting though. SWR meters? I mean, you're not wrong on that, Colin. I need something that's more in my budget. And SWR meters are barely in my budget. That is true, Bill. That is true. I need to write some of these down. Like, I need who would have thought I actually would have needed like pen and paper right now. Antenna kits. I wouldn't have thought about antenna kits. Antenna kits. No, that's not working too well. Usually keep like a right here. Oh, there it is. Chavez, what's going on, Chavez? All right. All right, got that. Oh, I can't wait to see it, Scott. That's gonna look cool. I'm not auctioning off dances and lap dances. No, no. Most ham people, like there might be 3, 4 people that would actually like seriously uh go for that. Just watch the video. Well, I don't have a mod, Scott. Okay. I don't have mods. If I had a mod, that'd be different, but I don't. Of course, I'm sitting here looking at a computer with an empty screen. What could I have done? Pulled up a freaking blank freaking oh. Learned. Lessons learned in like 3 seconds. Lessons learned in 3 seconds. You know what? Lessons learned. I know better. I so know better. Duh. SSD. SSDD. Yeah, okay. We're at least enjoying this, right? We're all having fun. And yes, for those keeping track, I just tossed that. I can't react. Bill, I learn a lot of lessons every time I go activate somehow, some way. I always learn it. I don't know. Chap, I don't even know how to make mods on here. So I have no clue. Remember, I'm still figuring out the tube of U's. All right, Bill. Well, I appreciate you at least helping, man. It's always fun. Watching on the drive. Appreciate it, Chris. Click on the person in the chat. Okay. Delete. I can put y'all in timeout. That's pretty funny. I think I guess I have to be actually on YouTube to do that. Oh, that's how you put those up there. That's cool. Oh, you click to show it. All right, that makes sense. I don't know what happened to that barrel connector, Scott. I really don't. Yeah, crawl before you can walk. Just watch other people and direct your channel the way you want. You're not wrong, Chavez. You're definitely not wrong. You do have to learn before you do have to learn a lot before you can fully walk. That is true. All right, Chavez. Appreciate it, man. We'll catch you on the next one. Appreciate it. What Colin said. No, because it doesn't hit the three dots. Crap. It's delete, timeout, and ban. That's it. There's no. So I guess I actually have to be in watching it from the YouTube version. That's the only thing I could think of. So if I go. Oh, everybody's over in Frank's channel. That's why. Yeah. So okay. I don't think we got too many issues right now. Not like I do when I go for. No, Train Frank, not Tank Frank. Train Frank is running his. What is it? Uh, where he just plays the radio, kind of like what I do, but I at least still am there to communicate and stuff. And I mean, it's ours, right? What happens if I left click the username? Nothing. Like if I'm in StreamYard itself, if I just left click it, and that's just does that. It just shows the like that. Heat wave of 21. I don't know if I'm gonna go for the 21, but you can definitely take some of the 80 we had, Chris. Yeah, Colin, I think that's true too. Wait, let's go find out. Let me go in there. Scott, if there's anything to really go chase this week, yes, I will. That's where you pin the message. That's where you had him as moderator. Okay. Hey, you know, that's the main reason I got into ham radio was storm chasing. Find every other yes. Have I gone down every other rabbit hole? No. I mean, when you're on the ground, Bill, when you're on the ground, it shouldn't be an issue, right? I don't think I would do it from, you know, 10,000 to 30,000 feet either. Now, have I taken videos from that high and, storms I've kind of had to fly through? Yeah. Was it fun? Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, it was fun. I mean, some people are sitting there like bouncing up and down and, oh my God, we're gonna drop out of the sky. And I'm like, cool lightning outside. I guess I can go to like the backstory of why I got into ham radio, I guess. I don't know. Or it sacrifices your weather station. Yep, I still gotta get a new weather station. Yes. Oh well. But different strokes for different folks. That's different strokes for different strokes. Yeah, that's some truth in that one. That version of it too, though. Different strokes. Still gotta put away the letters. Well, I mean, you spent time with the wife. That was probably more important there. I'm just gonna play with something real quick. Yeah. Well, we've hit the 30-minute mark. We're having a good chat. So, do we call it or do we keep it going? I think this has been kind of fun though. Random, random chat. It's been pretty fun. See, this is different from the other platform that I usually stream from, because the other one I can just sit there and play music and do whatever. This one I actually have to bring something, which I usually do if there's storms involved or radio stuff involved. This is just me shooting the crap and hoping somebody was going to come up here and shoot the crap with me. But it is what it is. We're having a good time in the chat. So I don't know. You guys tell me. You guys want to keep going for a little bit longer? You guys want to, everybody want to go to bed and call it a night? Talk about radios. Bill, if I understood radios, I probably would. All I know is I know how to push a button and talk on a radio. Other than that, I really don't have the ins and outs of radios. I just don't ask me. I've played with DMR, I've played with D-Star, I've played with System Fusion. Obviously, I play with HF, UHF. How it all works, I don't know. What's your last greatest radio thing? Oh, I do see Cupota real well. Huh, yeah. Well, that is true, Colin. For those of us in the States, it's anywhere from 10:30 to, what was it, 6:30 on the West Coast. Last greatest radio thing, purchase or build. Well, my last greatest purchase is until I get a certain radio, or until I get the truck fully built out. My greatest one's still gonna be my 891. I love that radio. I wish I could use it more, but my 891 and an ATOS, as long as everything's working fine, works amazing. I can't say anything more about it. It just works when it wants to. It is temperamental. Is it temperamental? But I couldn't ask for a better pair. I'm kind of working on a few antenna projects that I'm kind of going up and down with, but that's on me. That's probably the best thing. That's the answer to that question. I do see Qpota very well. That's always fun. Usually just hit a button at the top of my ATOS, or at the top of my radio. Pure freaking magic. I love that. I love that. It is pure freaking magic. Perfect. Yes, I did turn on a power. I did build the power switch. I didn't burn anything down. Um, but I'm still trying to figure out why I can't get it to work. There's a few theories to why it doesn't work. I haven't really had it tested anywhere yet, but that was a fun build. Yes, that was a long build, but it was fun. A lot of lessons learned on that one too. Apparently, I need to practice my soldering. Of course, I already knew that. How's the infed half wave coming along? The infed half wave is not, and that's pretty much just because I didn't. I know you're gonna hit me, Scott. I know you're gonna pop me upside my head the next time you see me and go, "What's up with this infed half wave? Why aren't you making it?" Laziness, pure laziness. You see, here's the thing, though, Bill. I can tell you how and why planes fly more than I can tell you how radios operate. I'm not a pilot by any means or imagination. Do it. Do it now. No. I don't have the soldering. I don't have my soldering iron. I'm not set up for it. No, I'm not going to build it now. Maybe my next live stream will I'll put it together. See, need to get QRZ award yesterday. Yeah, everybody's got to get that money, man. Everybody's got to get that money. Everybody's got to get that money. All right, Chris, man, be safe. Be safe. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for talking me into doing this. I guess I appreciate it, man. Tab. I mean, I say I don't know anything more than hit the big button on the side of the radio, but yet I've taught tech class. I've taught one or two tech classes I've taught. I can explain how to make things work in radio. I can explain how to make the magic of radio work to somebody that has zero understanding of how radios work. And I realize that for a lot of people, that's a lot. But then get around a bunch of engineers that can tell you that this board and this board, and you add these two boards to your radio, and all of a sudden you just opened up a whole new world of radio. That's where I get lost. And because I'm usually around a bunch of electrical or other engineers that will explain things like 30,000 feet above my head, I don't know anything about radio. But I do. I do. It's just, that ain't a whole lot. I agree. Yeah, I would agree with Scott there. But if you want the awards, if you want the piece of paper, you got to pay for the piece of paper. I guess that's the best way to put it. If you got to pay a piece of paper, if you want the piece of paper, you got to pay for it. I don't know, Scott. I don't know. Because some of the engineers that we tend to be around, no. Yeah. Yeah. That's definitely true, Colin. That's definitely true. Oh yeah, I'm definitely an appliance operator and a no code general. Don't I don't care. I'm an appliance operator, and if I ever get to extra, I'll be a no code extra. I, Now, granted, Bill, you're the one that got me to thinking I probably could pull off learning code. I haven't studied it yet, but it's a possibility that I could look into. But I kind of want the term of being a no code extra, at least earning it first. Oh, there's way more to ham radio than building a radio. There's a ton more. Um, I wholeheartedly agree. There's 100% agree to that. Um, just because you, I will say, And I heard somebody's live stream that ham radio is a secondary hobby. I mean, he makes a point with that, but at the same time, I don't think it's really a secondary hobby. It's the hobby that helps you do other hobbies. You know, do I need to know how to build a radio for ecom? No, I don't. I need to know how to put up a radio system, radio, power, antennas. I need to know that for ecom. But if I didn't know how to do that, would that still make me a ham operator? Probably not, because I didn't know how to make sure everything ran. Yeah, I do remember you telling me that, Bill. Always look, don't look at it, just listen to it. I remember that. And honestly, that's how I learn music better is because I can hear it more than I can play it, right? Or, see the notes. I can hear it better than I can see the notes. So that makes sense. Um, it's a hobby and a service. Yeah, I would say it's a hobby that allows for a service. Um, for sure. It, I think I think that's how I would say it. Is it's a hobby that allows for a service. Yeah, I know. I can program a DMR radio almost like nobody's business. And it's scary that I haven't done it in a while, and it's probably scary that I could still turn around and do it again. And kind of probably need to. Yeah, I, listening to it, I can see why you could say that. Some people don't have rhythm, some people do. I can understand that though. Yeah, I mean, building radios is there's a lot into building radios. Um, that's not something I would try. If you think you can do it, by all means. Now, maybe a little radio kit, like one of those little AM radio kits, or I don't know if they make them FM, but maybe. Receive only kits? Yeah, probably. That'd be that would be my thought to it. Yeah, I do remember the headaches of you helping me with DMR though, Scott. I do remember those headaches. And I know you were laughing, going, "Yep, I made the same mistakes." I can only imagine how much you were laughing at that point. I think I like that one better. Like, let somebody put all the part stuff together and just let me screw everything in and hook up cables. Mm. Whew, that's a good one. What's on my ham radio agenda? Um, Ham radio in general, do more. I want to do more potos. I want to do at least a poto a month, which I've done. Did one in January. Did two in February. Two or three in February. Don't have one scheduled for March yet, but I do have a plan for at least one, if not two. So keeping up with that. One thing I'm gonna get on the start channel and start doing again is an idea that I got from a friend of mine to put an app on my phone and talk on a radio. Well, I've recently learned there are more apps to put on your phone and more ways to talk on the radios. So that's my whole new series that I'm going after. So that's kind of like learning how to make a phone into talking on repeaters. That's my new agenda right now. That and probably trying to study for general or my extra. Sorry, not general, extra. I've used that's that phone has Echo Link and has AllStar. I've recently learned you can talk on P25, you can talk on Wires X, you can talk on D Star. Um, there's an, yeah. So there's a lot that I've learned that you can do with different apps. So plus, there's more to do on APRS with APRS Droid now. So figuring all that out, and then I want to try and figure out. And what I need to do is I just need to get a freaking iPhone or an iPad and do the whole same thing for iOS users. That's what I need to do. That's another one. But, the purpose of me starting this channel was to help people get on the air. And I've kind of gotten away from that a little bit. And I want to get back to getting people on the air. Get your license and get on the air. You don't need a radio to get on the air. You don't need, a $20 radio. You don't need a $400 radio. You don't need a radio. Your phone can do it. And once you get more invested in the hobby, then you get more invested in your radios. Okay, Scott, I'm sure I will see you at some point this week. Well, then hurry up. at least at least somebody. At least my channel is getting across to somebody. That's all I do. That I can't ask for much more than that, right? I'm convincing at least one person to get a license. Yes, I actually ran into a hiccup with that. I need to go back and play with that. But yeah, you're right. Um, you can talk on Echo Link on your computer. You can talk on AllStar on your computer. Um, I want to say I saw something where you can talk on Wires X on your computer. Um, but a lot of things is easier to work with Linux. So that's why I'm also tomorrow going to take a computer and put it on Linux. Will I live stream that? I don't know if y'all want to see me try that. I don't know if I want to see me try that. Because the last time I tried Linux, it was probably 2 months of fumbling through it and it not doing what I needed it to do. So that's why I gave up. But I heard some new things about Linux. That's a good question. Linux. So the version of Linux I used was Ubuntu, whatever. And so now I'm going with Lumbuntu or Mint. I'm not sure which one I'm going with. I'm leaning towards Mint because it seems to be more geared for people that aren't fully computer fully computer literate. Um, I don't know. We'll see. I'll figure that out tomorrow. I mean, if you guys have any thoughts on that, please feel free. Scott, if there's a group for that, you go ahead and add me so I can throw that question in. If I'm not already there. I don't even know if I'm already there. Linux Users Anonymous. Is that actually a group? If that's actually a group, let me go look and see if I'm in it. Hmm. No, I'm not. Oh, okay. Yeah, I messed. Last time I messed with Linux was somewhere between 5 and 7 years ago. No, probably longer than that. Probably 10 years ago. Yeah, Scott, you also have I don't know how many computers and radios and all kinds of stuff. Bricker, what's going on, man? You know where the link is if you want to hop in. We're just chilling. We're kind of doing, I guess, an Ask WTF or WTF questions. Ooh, ooh. All right, maybe I just figured out a whole new stream. It's either Ask WTF or WTF questions. Be interesting. Bricker, you know where the link is if you want to join, man. More than welcome to. Uh, Going for an hour and we're having fun. I can't ask for more than that. I appreciate y'all being here. Just here. I get that. I get that. Back when AOL was a thing. Back when people actually understood programming computers. Yeah, I I played with it once. I'm gonna try and play with it again, see if I can get it to work a little bit better. Huh. Question WTF. All right. Question WTF. That's interesting way to go with it. I kind of like it. Kind of like it. Question WTF. Huh. Well, we're coming up on the almost 1 hour mark, guys. I think I'm gonna call it a night. You got a question, Scott? You can ask me questions whenever, but what's your question, sir? WTF is WTF. Bricker, I promise you, that is what's led me to go down the. That is what's led me to go down. I can do Linux. Is I can ask AI. Am I hosting digitally speaking at the end of the month? Well, I'm pretty sure you already like penciled me in. So that's another thing, guys. If you guys haven't been around, I know Bill popped in the at least popped in the stream today. Um, every Sunday at 2 Central, go with that wherever you're at. Um, yeah, good luck with that, Scott. Remember, I actually do read my script beforehand. um, anyways, every Sunday at 2, I will be streaming a local net here to me that me, Scott RJR, and a couple other guys are hosts on. We just kind of do a rotating thing, and we stream it, and we're actually getting a lot of guys coming in off of YouTube from just watching the stream. You guys checking in from all over the country. It's kind of fun and cool. Um, it's always fun, like I said, and I always stream it on there. And sometimes it'll be on TikTok, sometimes it won't, but it'll always be on YouTube. Um, it's just kind of a fun thing to do. And we always have a cool chat going on in the stream, and people. Somebody popped up with a question today that actually took over to the net for questions. I've done that a couple of times, so it's always good fun. If you guys have AllStar, there's AllStar links to it, so come join us on those. Huh. What projects? Any cool projects I'm working on right now? No. I have things to work on projects that I need to do. I've got a couple of battery boxes I need to figure out the layouts on. Um, but probably my own. Uh, all right, Bill. Always good to see you, man. Appreciate it, sir. Like I said, anytime I'm live and you're available, you're more than welcome. Of course, any member of the Bragg True crew is always welcome. Um, Probably my ongoing project is always going to be my truck. It's probably my biggest thing to build it out, and it's never a complete build for me. It has gone through as I've progressed through the vehicles, I've gotten more radios, better radios. So that's always um, going through the progression of that. And this truck is a culmination of a lot of things that I'm putting together. It's just taking me a while to get to it. Um, all right, Colin, thanks for coming in, man. Appreciate it. Have a good have a good day. What am I interested in learning? I'm always interested in learning just about anything somebody's willing to teach for the most part. Um, One of my biggest things, and specifically to radios antennas. And that's just because I've been trying to figure out infeds and loops and that kind of thing. Um, quick deployment type stuff, just because I do POTA more than I can do anything else. Ecom's always fun to learn. That's kind of what, I've thought about doing the whole trying to figure out, 2026 is the year for coding. I don't know if I'm going to be doing that. I think, me trying to become a no code extra is more at the top of my list. But, getting my extra is probably something on that list too. Good question. I do have a possible entry for the mobile, but I was thinking about it today, Scott. I don't know. I don't know. I'll have to wait and see if I want to do that or if I might be streaming GoKit. I don't think I could do both effectively. Um, seeing what happened last year, I don't think it's. I would need to pick one or the other, but there is possibility. This is definitely a hobby. This is definitely a hobbies of a hobby. For sure, multiple hobbies within this hobby. What is a no code extra? A no code extra is a person that has achieved their amateur extra license without learning Morse code. For the longest time, um, you had to learn Morse code or CW. You had to learn Morse code to progress from the basic license. As time has progressed, and the ARRL and the FCC have kind of went, okay, we start taking away and start pulling back on code until they eventually said, okay, nobody needs to know CW anymore. So now that's what being a no code extra is. Yep, no code general. I'm okay with that. Find your niche. Well, my niche with ham radio has always kind of been the niche that brought me to ham radio, which has been storm chasing. So ecom is kind of where I kind of landed within that. So that's been kind of my niche, and that's kind of where I've stuck. My second niche is just getting people on the air. That's been my second niche, is getting people on the air. And that's part of the reason why I spread, part of the reason why we do digitally speaking is just get people on the air. Get people to hit that big button on the side of the radio. Excuse me, guys. Push the big button on the side of the radio and talk. And that's what we talk about on the net a lot, is just getting over that mic right. Have two Go boxes. I don't have Go boxes. I have a Go bag. Like, I have my 891, and I have my 891. I have a tuner. I've got everything in the backpack. I also have a UHF VHF like mini radio in one of the mini pockets. And if you watched the digitally speaking stream last week, that's what I was using from the park. That was pretty fun, actually. I'm glad that all worked out in my favor. Yeah, Burger, come on. So that doesn't mean nothing. The Go Kit Challenge is fun. This will be the 8th year they're doing it. You guys will hear more about that. You'll watch uh Tank Radio's video. That'll be what he's talking to the leaders of the Go Kit Challenge. He did a video with them. And then they will be on Paul's stream next Sunday night. Talking about Go Kit Challenge. So I won't go into too much detail about it. I know a lot, but it's I will say it's a fun event. It's you can learn a lot, and if I do decide to stream it, and you guys, by all means, please come watch it because there's a lot to learn, and a lot of people put a lot of ideas into Go Kits, and people have put things on radios that I didn't think you would put a radio on. In fact, I talked to a lady last year. She's got like a two-wheel scooter, ones where you like sit down and stuff. And she put a Yaesu, what was it, an FTM 400, Scott? I think it was an FTM 400. Had the faceplate mounted to the crossbars. Had the cable run down underneath the I don't know, floorboard plate, whatever you call it, and into the back basket where she had it, and um she had a signal stick as the antenna coming out of the basket. It's pretty cool. All right, Bill. Have a good one. You can make radar from radio signals. Yes, yes, you can. In fact, that's what was the first versions of radar was basically throwing radio signals at it and seeing what would bounce back. Use it for satellite work. That's interesting. First of all, I mean, I could. Um, it, it will probably if I stream, I will probably take the backpack as the example of like, hey, here's what you could do with one. On the cheap version, Scott, there's no way ever, ever will I win the Hamburg Cup. Not a chance. There's no way unless nobody shows up to go kit. I will not win that. And I'm okay with this. I'm okay with not winning that cup. Why? Because there are guys that take so much time into their go kits that I never, time and money into their go kits. There's no way. I won't. I'm okay with this. I'd much rather put that money into my truck. That's why eventually will be winning mobile. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if I could ever, it- this backpack cannot. So if I upgrade the backpack, Oh yeah, there's a lot of things I could run with Molly for sure. Yeah, I know your Go kit took 3 years to do, Scott. I know, I know. I just mine's a backpack. Like it's nothing fancy. If there was one that was the skin and bones category, yeah, by all means, I will enter my backpack into that. You guys showing up with these elegant boxes and organized, and all I gotta do is pull off a plate, plug in and to their power supply, or plug basically just plug into their power supply, whether it's battery, power supply, whatever, and they're up and running. I ain't never gonna be that good. Do I have a 3D printer? I do not have a 3D printer. That is something I've kind of toyed back and forth with getting, but haven't done it. Haven't pulled that trigger. So it's funny you say that because while we were talking about this in our chat groups, um, a guy actually posted a picture of having one of the newest, hottest radios in the market right on his motorcycle. And I'm like, I'm out of the freaking mobile category. You're gonna put an all-in-one radio on your freaking Harley. I will give you the A task to make that sucker work just so you can beat me. Because I'm gonna vote for that. I'm so voting for that. I cannot vote for that. Yeah, there's a lot of things that I'm thinking about doing 3D printing wise. I haven't pulled that trigger for various reasons. One, I don't have the space for a 3D printer. That's kind of one of the bigger ones. Two, that's a lot of research that I haven't had the time to really get into of what brand to get, different types of plastics and stuff. And not to say I don't have help. I know I got help down the street, honestly, but just haven't gone there yet. It wasn't a scare me out of mobile. I still would have went. I just know where my tickets would have went if he showed up like that. Period. End of story. If he shows up with that on his Harley and it works, yeah, absolutely 100%. He gets my tickets. Um, because that's just too freaking cool. Yes, yes, we have. Now, whether or not I would put that rate now, yeah. If I had that radio and I had the Harley I was looking at, absolutely. Yes, that's exactly what I would do. I know he's not Scott. I've seen what he's bringing. Bamboo. Yeah, some people tell me bamboo. There's another one that people have told me before. That's just a lot of money. Wow, we actually went over an hour. All right. Well, we're gonna keep going, I guess. We're still got a good chat going. We can keep going. PS1 is a great price to get started. Okay. Well, when things work out and become available, then if I find the room, there's two things. One, finance. Two, room. I gotta have the room to put that sucker. Oh, absolutely. Um, the ham stop is definitely a 100%. if you have a great idea, make it into a business. One 100%. 100%. This thing right here was an idea in somebody's head, and he turned it into a business. And this thing is, I've got 3 of these now. Yeah, I've got 3 of these. Don't ask me, Scott. I'll tell you later. Um, they're great. You can put, you can attach them to a uh, tripod. You can attach them to military masts. Pretty much, you can attach them to almost anything. If you can't find something to attach it to, you probably make something to attach this to something. Um, and these are great. Um, you can even make yourself an open stub J-pole off of this, which I think is the coolest thing ever. And you can attach your ATOS to it. So, shameless plug, thehamstop.com. Um, anything you guys order, use my discount code or affiliate code WTF.Reydio 20 at checkout. This is Skyhook. This is the tube version. So it's a 2x6, 2 big ends and 6 holes. So basically there's 2 sides here. There's one that's a 3, so it's a triangle, and there's a quad. There's also a single one that does the same thing. Obviously it's not as big, but they're fun. It's just all it is like a little metal aluminum plate. There you go. It's the Skyhook 2x6 S. S stands for slots. That's the upgraded version. Ooh, what are you working on, Bricker, if you're using fire? The man to ask the question is in the chat. There you go. These are laser cut. And there's the answer. That's awesome. Hey, Jordan. Surprised you're up. But thank you. Appreciate the info, man. Glad you had a successful class. Or was part of a successful class. It's awesome, man. Good job. It means you taught right. You taught well. Very nice. Very nice. And he does ship across the country to continental 48. I'm not sure if Hawaii and Alaska, Puerto Rico, I'm not sure about all that, but always good. Okay, Jordan. If they need instructors, let me know. Or just hanging out and chilling. I didn't think I was going to do a 30-minute live stream, and here I am going almost an hour and a half. So, we're having fun. I don't think I'm going to go past like 10:30 though. I think I'll cut it off at 10:30 if we're still going by then. But yeah, always fun. Thank you guys. And we're having fun. Like I said, discount will be in the description. In fact, I could probably pull it up. I know I can pull it up. I did not itch my nose. Scott, you've done way worse on a live stream. So have I, but we'll just leave that alone. Oh yeah, there's a lot of guys that have taken these things to like the next level on how they build things. So absolutely. I'll drop the link here in just a second. Especially when alcohol and coins are involved. We don't have to bring up the TikTok stuff, okay? I just realized something, Scott. I got to change that. What is my ham radio plan for March? Ham radio plan for March, Jordan. That's a good one. So obviously next weekend will be I'll be at the Irving Ham Fest. 100% for sure I will be there. Unless something just random happens. March 31st, 21st, March 21st, I'll be at Go Kit. And then I see your other comment, Jordan. There will probably also be a POTA event on the 21st as well that I'm probably will live stream as well from there. There will be at least one POTA adventure at some point during this month. What else is there this month? I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else going on this month for me. Wait, what? Scott, did you hear about this? We have issues. We have issues. Yeah, you say maybe, Scott, but yet last I said about just going to go, your answer was my wife will not let me. So unless Hamstop Heidi is giving you a pass, I don't think you're going. Wow. That just happened. All right. She wants to buy more radios. Uh Boxer briefs. I've never had that happen until just now. That I think that's the cue. I think that's the cue. Yeah, I think that's the cue right there. I think that'll be it. I mean, we have been going for. I've been at this for almost an hour and a half, guys. It's been fun. I know I can probably keep going forever, but I do want to try and get to bed at a normal time for a change. Um, it's been fun. Didn't think I was gonna be able to do this, but pulled it off. Thank you guys for showing up. Thanks for all the questions. Thanks for spending the time. And like I said, one more thing in case you guys haven't noticed or haven't seen, I did finally hit 200 subscribers. And if I do hit 500, there probably will be a giveaway of some sort. What that will be is TBD at this point. But there will be a giveaway if I get 500. If when I get to 500, there will be a giveaway for sure. But roughly a year of going hard at this, and I made it to 200 subscribers. That's freaking awesome. I appreciate every last one of you guys that follow me. It's been a fun ride. Hopefully, I entertain you guys a little bit at some point, share some knowledge at some point. And I just, we're gonna keep moving forward with this channel. And yeah, so that's all I got for you guys tonight. 73s. Better than your 40. Hey, you know what, Burger? I started at 42. So we all started at 0. We all moved somewhere. It's just taking the time to make the videos. So that's really what it is. I love making the content too. My problem is I make it, but I don't edit the video so it doesn't end. So that's where I fail. But all right, guys. 73. I'll catch you guys later. And what's my line again? Oh yeah. Until next time, I'll catch you guys on the air. 73 for now.